Namaste and welcome to Dragonfly Cookery and Knives. This is the final video in our series of how to do your own repairs of cracked handles on your cookeries. In this video I'm going to do a conclusion, kind of recap on what we talked about in the previous videos, give some additional pointers on when you're doing your repair, little extra measures you could do to kind of get a better end result. The person you have to satisfy the most is yourself and how far you go in your repair. If you want your repair to be museum quality, spend more time in your sanding, choose your products better, stick with your wood glues and stick with probably the Minwax, wood filler, those type of products. Don't be afraid to stain your handles, because staining your handles you'll get a consistency with the color of your handle, but you don't have to stick to doing that. You don't necessarily have to stain your handle in order to make your crack disappear and blend in with the wood. A lot of times if you spend the time sanding and getting it smooth as you can, a lot of times that crack just starts looking more and more like the wood grain itself. And when you apply your treatments for preservative of your handles, that's when you're going to see that crack disappear even more. It'll help disguise it. So one of the things that, I went back and when I was doing my repairs on this particular cookery, which is the Fort Williams by Kukri Handicrafts, when I did the repair right here where the crack was, when I started applying the stains and when I started looking at it, I actually noticed that the crack didn't just stop here, it actually went down. And it was a very fine part of the crack, so it was very superficial. It wasn't a deep crack, but it was starting to widen, starting to grow. And that was the indication of its growth. So I went ahead and went back and did more. So I applied more of my wood filler and sanded it down, and or this one I used the wood glue. I put more wood glue, I forget which it was, but I sanded it down and then got it to the place where I wanted to do the complete repair and make it suitable for stopping that crack from growing any further. That was my main and most important concern. This is not something I'm going to turn around and sell, so this is more one I will do testing with on future videos. I'll go ahead and use this as my cookery for testing and demonstrating the good quality of the craftsmanship of Barun Borelli and his team at Kukri Handicraft. And this will be my demonstration model. So what was more important was preventing this crack from growing. I've already applied its treatment on it, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes here. But as I was doing the repair, to get this repair a little bit better, I started going against the grain. When I'm sanding against the grain is fine when you're trying to remove those ridges and you're wanting to really try to blend this crack in with the rest of the wood. But your end, when you're finishing with your sanding, you want to go with the grains. So you want to get out all those cross scratches that are shown by the sandpaper. You want to get those out, and then you also want to smooth it and blend it in with the rest of the wood grain that's going in the direction. You know, your sanding, your final sanding is always going to be in the direction of your wood grain. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's something you want to think about and continue to put into good practice. Okay. Now let's get into the treatments. At the end, you've now done everything you needed to do in order to fix that crack. You don't want that crack to grow anymore. You've now done it. But how do you protect your wood from developing any new cracks? And the best way to do that is doing a treatment for your wood that is healthy for your wood. When you have wood furniture in your house, you either yourself or your wife will go and she will wipe down the wood furniture with a furniture wax, right? She'll go over and she'll furniture polish, which has oils in it, gets in the wood, and helps preserve the wood and gets that glow back into the wood. Some of you who have wood floors will use an oil for wood floors to help maintain the quality of that wood. Well, it's no different with your handles. Now, in previous videos, you watched me demonstrate on how to apply boiled linseed oil, but this is an excellent product for weatherizing your handles. For when you're out there using it, will protect the wood from the sweat of your hands, from water. If you're going through rivers or streams, or you get stuck in a rainstorm, it's going to help protect your hand. It's going to help protect the wood. Excuse me. It's going to help protect your wood from the elements, the waters that you're around, and so forth. It also weatherizes it when you're in highly humid areas, very wet areas, such as whether you're down by the ocean or if you're up in the mountains, and you're also the extreme weather conditions of high humidity and extreme cold, below zero and such. Will help that wood and preserve that wood. It penetrates deep into the wood, which is good. But some people don't like linseed oil, because when you've done maybe like the applications I like to do, which is usually up to about 3 for my Kukri handles when I'm first applying it. After I've applied it, that first time where I've done the 3 coats, for maintenance I'll usually come back and just give it 1 coat, unless the woods is showing signs of drying out. Then I'm going to apply more. After I've applied that, and it kind of takes some of that tackiness off, I'll rub it with steel wool, a very fine grit steel wool. I'll go ahead and kind of just take off some of that tackiness. And then I will follow up with feed-in wax oil. And I like this product put out by Howard. There's other companies that do a beeswax and orange oil. And this is excellent for preserving your wood. It really brings a nice sheen to the wood, and it also will help the surface of your wood when it comes in contact with sweaty hands or being caught in a rainstorm. The water's going to beat off of it rather than soak into it. So these are excellent preservative products. Even if you just want to do 1 single coat of this and follow up with maybe 1 or 2 coats of this, that's great. This is going to take, for each application, roughly anywhere from 8 hours to 24 hours to really seep into the wood. This, on the other hand, because you're putting it as your finishing touch, will be good to go in about 15 minutes of dry. Then you can come back and polish it up with your microfiber cloth or a shop towel, and just shine it up a bit, and you'll get a nice sheen out of it. So those are really good products. Then, if you don't like using the boiled linseed oil, then another oil that you can use, which is good for leather products, so you can do your treatment of your leather scabbards. But this is also really good. I used it a lot when I owned a horse, and I used it on all of my leather products, my saddles, my bridles, everything, and it really anybody who owns horses know that you live by neat speed oil. Neat speed oil is really good. You can get it at Amazon or at I think you can get it at Walmart, and you can definitely get it in any of your feed stores. And this one's 100% pure neat speed oil. You can put it on your on your wood handles. It works really great, and it also works really great in your preservative for horn handles. If you're noticing your horn handles are starting to have a little bit of shrinkage, you can soak your handles in with this neat speed oil. I recommend putting it in like a plastic bag and rubber banding it and leaving it for about 48 hours to 72 hours and then come back and you can wipe it off, and you'll see that your handle is plumped up again. It's a really good preservative also in protecting your horn handles from cracking. Along with that, you can use mink oil. Mink oil is primarily for leather goods, but you can apply it to your handles and it will help. Any type of oils that you're adding to your wood will always help preserve your wood for the most part. Now for your steels, I use flits for polish, for keeping a nice polish, especially on your high polished blades, but it also works excellent on your satin finished blades. Also, a good preservative for your blades is your rifle, gun, and knife wax. You can apply this even to your handles and it's fine. But for preventative for your blades from rusting, this is a good product. And it's put out by Flitz as well. Now another one is that I swear by is Renaissance wax. It's a wax polish. And museums use this for maintaining the quality of their antique furniture or museum pieces that have wood handles, or on their steel blades. You can take your microfiber cloth, take a dab of that and rub it on your blades, and it'll help prevent it from rusting. So it's really, really good for that. And another product that I use is 3-in-1 oil. It's a synthetic oil, but it also works very good in protecting your blades from rusting. I use this quite a bit in my shop for my blades. So these are all good products for preservative and maintaining your kukris, not just the wood handles, the horn handles, but also your blades. Now, to get these two products, you're talking less than $20, or roughly around $20 for both of these. I think the boiled linseed oil for, one this size is like $6 or $7 at Walmart, and then this is probably a little bit more expensive, maybe about $12 to $15 on Amazon that I got it at. But so roughly $20, $25 for these two things, but they're going to last you a long time, and they're going to help you maintain the integrity of your wood handles, your horn handles, and also your blades. Very, very good product. This is probably the most expensive item on the table here. This goes for about $20 for one this size, but it's going to last you a long time. It's like a paste. So think of it like shoe paste that you would polish shoes with. You just take a small amount of that and rub it on, and it's really good. It'll last you a long time. Okay. This is probably least expensive. About $3 or $4, and you got one this size, and it's really good. Neat speed oil, roughly for this size, roughly around $20. So, all right, so that kind of goes over all the preventative products that you could put on your handles and after you've done your repairs that will protect them, prevent them from cracking. Now I'm going to just kind of show you some of the ones that we had done repairs, and so I'm kind of clearing my space here so I can zoom in and hopefully show you these handles, and then we'll conclude with that, with my final thoughts. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Bear with me. Nope, that's going the wrong way. Here we go. Okay. That's as close in as I can get, and I'm going to show you some handles. So on this particular one, if you guys remember this blade, we did the repairs on it, and this one had the significant crack that went from the bolster almost all the way to the butt plate. And if I can bring it in and just kind of show you this way, you can see how well we were able to mend that. And it's not completely invisible from sight, but it is hard to see. But it's definitely fixed for field use. I could take this out and not have any fear of it cracking in the same spot or that crack growing any further. Not only that, I've already treated it with my my linseed oil and also my beeswax. So this handle is field ready and good to go, or good for storage. Then the next one, same similar blade, that we had, and this one had the small crack. Again, that crack has completely disappeared. We can, whoops, almost lost it there. And we can hardly see where that crack was. Matter of fact, I can't even see it. It's completely disappeared. So this one would be considered museum quality repair. And it's 100% functional. We talked about this one already. This is the Fort Williams. This one had the crack coming from the handle where that screw is coming down, and actually grew further, and we were able to do the repairs on that. And this one I actually only stained up here. I didn't stain the rest of it. I allowed the oils to just darken the wood for me and help cause that to disappear. So hopefully you can see that a little bit. All right, then we did a tour of blades. That one had a small crack, and again, you're not really able to see where that crack is. So this one was a museum quality repair, and I don't have any fear of this crack growing, and it's also been treated with my linseed oil and my beeswax. Last but not least, one of my favorite antique pieces. This one had a very strong, or it's actually not my last, second to last. I'm going to show you another one. This one had a significant crack and went all the way up. You can still see some slight indication where it is. It was a very deep crack, but it does blend in with the wood very nice, goes along with the grain, and so it's it's near museum quality, but it's definitely 100% functional. And this is a Kukri I'm not going to get rid of anytime soon, and it is one that I'm going to use and enjoy using as of some of my antique pieces. The last one I'll show you is one that we did, another one of my antique Kukris, and this one also had a very significant crack that went all the way back almost to the pommel area. And although you can see it, the fissure, you can see where I filled the crack, it still blends in very nicely with the wood, and it will prevent that crack from growing. I have also treated all my antique pieces that I'm showing on this table here with my linseed oil and also my beeswax. So these handles will hold up very good in the field. I can go out and use this Kukri without any fear. So let me bring this down again, take this out of being zoomed in, and I will try to come up with my concluding thoughts here. All right, come in a little bit here. There we go. So hopefully you found this series very helpful, and my goal is to, you could give somebody a fish who's hungry, or you can teach them how to fish. In this case, rather than saying send all your crack handles to me and I'll repair them for you, I'd rather impart this knowledge for you to where you could appreciate the quality of your Kukris, be able to continue to use them, and when you encounter things like, let's say you drop it and you chip it, you now know what materials you can use, because with a chip you can fill that in with wood filler and sand it and stain it and then make it disappear. There's a lot of ways in which you can do repairs of your Kukris so that you can continue to use them throughout your entire lifetime, and hopefully the lifetime of the people that you pass your Kukris on to. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Leave any questions or comments there, and also any suggestions of videos that you'd like to see me do. Also, visit me on my Facebook page at Blue Dragonfly Trading Post, where you can do the same of leaving comments, questions, and also suggestions there. Also watch that, because you will also see when I'm reviewing some new products. Sometimes I'll go and review or I'll show some of my prototypes that are coming on, that are up and coming for the next year or season, that we're going to be adding to our website, and I'll do that sometimes before I make the videos. Subscribe on my video channel, my YouTube channel with Timothy McLaughlin. Look under there and you'll find me. And in that, you will also get updates of when we're coming out with new videos and be able to follow series like this one. And by all means, please visit us at Dragonfly Cookery Knives, where you can find excellent quality handmade cookeries from Nepal. And also, if you guys have custom designs and you want us to possibly collaborate with you in developing your design and coming out with a cookery, such as this one we did for a customer, then please feel free to reach out and ask me. We love doing these type of projects for you. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste and God bless.